welcome to day 2 of our Advent opening. We are doing a stitch with me today. So yesterday we did a sewing tutorial and I opened up for a book 1 and the crafty box that I got from Buy Swap and Sell. So I'm interested to see, today's one's only small from that one, so I'm interested to see what it is today, because we got a sewing pattern yesterday and I think it was a size 8. I'm not a size 8, but I'm sure with some of my friends I will be able to make it a little bit bigger. They'll teach me how to do that. I've got plenty of sewing friends, so I'm sure I will be right. So today, as I said, we are here for our first stitch with me in December. So basically today we are all my stitch with me this month. I will be working on the Holiday Quaker by Leela Studios, sorry. So it's called Holiday Quaker. For some reason I was calling it Christmas Quaker, but it's not. It's Holiday Quaker. Okay, we worked on this last year, so that's what it's going to look like when it's finished, and I've been working this area here. So last year we got all this done. So we've run into a little bit of a problem. I forgot that I actually ran out of some flosses, and because I hadn't touched it all year, I've had to quickly order some. I've got express posts up from Karen from Stitch in Time, so hopefully that will be here before I move on to the next motif. I've got plenty of DMC that I can work with, so I can skip around a little bit. So today we're going to work on Santa and his reindeers. As you can see, I've already got Santa in. This is a combination of both DMC, Gentle Art Sampler, and Weeks Dye Works. The green, I'm actually using Weeks Dye Works instead of Gentle Art Sampler, so I'm using Cypress for this one. I just liked it better than, I mean, it's very much of a muchness, but I actually had Cypress on hand. So yeah, and I think that I've used the flosses in other things, and I've gone through all my whips and I cannot find them. So I'm not exactly sure what I'd done with the flosses from this, because all it was in there was the fabric and the chart, and that was it. So as I said, I haven't touched it in a year. So this is we got a fair bit done in the for my 12 days of Christmas last year. I ended up doing 24 days, but so that wasn't too bad, and I just went for about 20 minutes to half an hour, I think, with most of those videos, maybe a bit longer. I really can't remember. So today what's going to happen is, for each of our stitch with me's, what we will do is we will introduce it, introduce what I'm working on. As I said, I'm going to be working on Santa and his reindeers, and I believe there's a moon behind some of the reindeers, so that is a white DMC, so I can work with that. It's quite a substantial size. So I'll just bring the picture up and you can see just behind this second reindeer here is the moon, and I've got a lot of snowflakes and stuff that I can work until those floss get here. And it may be that, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to bring a different red in or something for Santa's hat. All right, so what I'm going to do first off is open up the Advent. So we have a crafty Advent, which I got from a Buy Swap and Sell. And I also have a book to open. And we'll be doing that for the next 24 days. So the first one that I'm going to open is the little number 2 from the craft one. It's a little bit rattly. It could be broken. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. So she's wrapped it in all like old paper from like books and scrapbooking paper and stuff like that. So she's she's just printed off a label and stapled on it. She is going to be doing some more next year as well, and I do apologize, but I actually can't remember what group it was in, and I still can't remember, and I haven't heard back from her yet, so I will get that information in the next day or so. So I'm just going to open it up. The book, it is very, okay, this has got jigsaw puzzle pieces in it. Okay, this is weird. All right, as I said, I didn't know what was in it. It was a mystery, and it's got like a little jigsaw in it. So I don't even know if it's all the pieces. Maybe it's like scattered out through, because there doesn't seem to be many straight edges. Oh, there's one. Okay, this is weird. As I said, this was just like a random thing that I've seen, and I thought I'd grab it. She doesn't have a group or anything like that. Yesterday, as I said, I got a pattern, a Vogue pattern, and this today has got jigsaw puzzle pieces in it. So this is just like so weird. I'm hoping the rest of the jigsaw puzzle is throughout the box, because That's just ridiculous if that's what I've got. So anyway, I did pay, I think it was $40. It was just under $40, I think, for, including postage. I thought it was, and plus postage, but it wasn't. I checked my PayPal and it was under that. So, yeah, and it's supposed to be crafty stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I know. All right. So jigsaw puzzles are hobbies, but anyway, that's that. And let's move on to, it's just weird. It's just random stuff that you buy on the internet, hey? Alrighty. So the next thing that I'm going to open is number 2 book. Look how beautifully wrapped that is. It's beautiful paper. I might try and save that paper. I don't like my chances because I didn't do very well. And as you heard then, I didn't do very well this time. Their tape is great. All I can say is their sticky tape is awesome. Alright, so get this open. Oh, let's see what book we've got today. Alright, get rid of the paper. I saved some of the paper. This book today is called A Mother's Secret. You can only hide, My Mother's Secret, you can only hide for so long. Okay, and it is by Sanjinda K. I can say the last name, K. Alright, so let me see what this is about. It says it's Chilling and Compelling by Cavan Scott, a gripping page turner by Catherine Ryan Howard, a gripping and totally unpredictable, the Daily Mail, on yeah, you can only hide for so long. All right, so Lizzie Bradshaw, a student from the Lake District forced to work away from home, who witnesses a terrible crime but who will ultimately pay the price. Emma Taylor, a mother, a wife, a woman with a dangerous secret. Can she keep her beloved family safely together? And Stella Taylor, a disaffected teenager determined to discover what her mother is hiding, but how far will she go to uncover the truth? And one man, powerful, manipulative, and cunning, who controls their destinies. Lorna Lewis on Bone by Bone, a tense, dark novel. The writer is Sanjinda is a wonderful, assured writer. Another person says a gut-wrenching, fast-paced thriller and haunting, a gripping yarn with a vicious sting in the tail. So it yeah, that looks different. So it must be like a crime thriller. It doesn't really give you much other details, but it's another one that we'll be getting. So about the author, she's a writer and a broadcaster, lives in Bristol and with her daughter and husband. She's written 2 previous thrillers, Bone by Bone and Stolen Child. So yeah, so basically, so she's got a couple other books. We'll have to see what they're like, I guess, if this is a good one. But the best part about this book, it is a floppy paperback, so I won't end up breaking the spine because I don't like breaking spines. And it has got a few hundred pages in it. Let me just tell you how many it actually has. It's got 355 pages. So that looks like another good gripping book, judging by the cover, to read. So that is Sanjinda K's My Mother's Secret. I like the cover too. It's very autumn looking, isn't it? Alright, so that is our Advent opening. I'm a little bit disappointed with the other one, must admit, but that's what you get when you buy a mystery thing. You just don't know what you're getting. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what else we get as we open them up. I have my coffee this morning. Alright, so let's get stitching, I guess. Alright, the first thing that I need to do is work out what colour I'm working on, and I'm pretty sure I am working with black. So my needle, oh, there it is. There is my needle. It's like my little, I got myself a little Sienna girl. And I'm just looking for my floss, which seems to have got knocked on the floor. So bear with me for a second. I'll just grab that. That's all dusty, so I'll just get some clean floss. Alright. Okay. Alright, just working with 310 today. It's a bit of a warm, muggy day here today. It's only early and it's already muggy. Ugh. You think I'd be a little bit more organised this morning and have my threads all ready to go, but obviously not. Okay, so we are about to start stitching, and I have finished a book. It was Harvest Moon by Robin Carr, and it is the 15th, 14th, I can't remember. It's one of the books in the series. You'll be able to see that. I've got a kit link there which will take you to, and I'm slowly adding all the books, so you'll be able to find all the audio books and paperbacks and all the rest of it through that, and it'll make it super easy because my list is quite a lengthy one, and while I change it every week, it's probably easier if I just put them all in one place, and then when you click on the link you can find all the books that I've read throughout the year. I'll have that fully updated in the next day or so. Just trying to find links that have audio, Kindle, all the books basically. Alright, I'm just going to move this forward a little bit and bring my light around and get stuck into stitching this reindeer. Alright, so the book that I read was Harvest Moon. It's by Robin Carr. It's the Virgin River series. Basically in this one, in the last book we had a couple of new characters pop in, which was Jillian's sister, Kelly, and a young single father made an appearance in it. So it's the story of them, how they meet, and subsequently the drama that comes with it and all the rest of it. He's got a very wayward teen and she's not very nice, and yeah, so it just follows that sort of story, and you know, it's just the normal everyday sort of stuff of Virgin River. So we've got Jack makes an appearance in it. There wasn't too many of the original characters in it, like Jack and Preacher did make an appearance, but there was no plot with them. They were just part of that particular part of the story. And I have to just say now, excuse any giggling that you might hear, because my daughter is in the room directly behind where I'm recording, and it doesn't matter how much you tell a 17-year-old that you're recording, you need to be quiet, she will still laugh and giggle and all the rest of it. So I hope you don't mind having random giggling pop into our videos over the next couple of weeks, because yeah, Neralee's still got 2 weeks left of school, so, but Savannah's actually finished for the year. Alright, so anyway, back to the book. Yeah, so it just follows that story. It's about the troubles that he's having. His wife has died. She gets pretty much leaves her job, makes a snap decision to leave her job. She ends up going to spend time with her sister and all the rest of it. And then they meet each other on the first day that she's there. She had a lot of stress and all the rest of it. And I have to share this because it's just so funny. She was taking tablets for anxiety and stress, and she ordered 2 martinis when she got to Virgin River because she'd been driving for ages, and basically, yeah, you shouldn't mix that with alcohol. And she passed out, and that's how she met the main male character, Leith. So her name is Kelly, his name is Leith, and we've got Jilly in the background, which we met in the last book, and it just goes on about how, you know, they end up falling for each other. You know, it's a book that I just use for productivity. As I said, I can just stick it on and listen to it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it though. Like, they're good. There was one scene in it which I'll talk about. The young girl ends up getting a dog. Okay, this is not going to give anything away, but it was, I was sitting there listening to the book last night while stitching away, and I just started cracking up laughing, because not because of what happened to the dog, but just the way the vet reacted to it. And so I just find myself giggling at these books and getting really sad with some of them, like, and all the rest of it. And this one had a little bit of like a custody issues and stuff in it, so it was quite yeah, you sort of, it hits close to home and stuff like that. But anyway, back to the dog. The young girl, her dad's trying to sort out the custody thing, and she's supposed to go and stay at her friend's place. She decides that she's big enough to stay at home with her new puppy, who's only about, I don't know, 8 weeks old, 9 weeks old, maybe a bit older. Anyway, he's a boisterous little lab cross, so gets up to a lot of mischief and all the rest of it. And so basically she's at home, everything's going fine, and then she was doing her homework and she hears a loud pop, and then she couldn't find her dog anywhere, and everything went real quiet and whatnot. So anyway, the dog had got behind the entertainment unit and unfortunately had chewed the wires, and the electrical current had actually gone from his mouth through and out his tail. And basically the vet, like the way the vet handled, the girl just lost the plot, and she ended up ringing Kelly to come and help her. And as you can imagine, she's a disgruntled teen and all the rest of it, and so she's been giving Kelly a bit of a hard time and whatnot. And so anyway, the vet goes, oh, you know, you'll have to, you know, like you'll have to call him, well, Kelly said you'll have to change his name from Spike to Sparky, and basically he was just saying how he blew his tail off. Like, it went straight through him and shot out his tail, and I was sitting there giggling my head off. Brenda's just looking at me going, weirdo, because he didn't realise I was listening to, and he was watching a really serious show and I'm giggling. He didn't realise at that point that I was listening to the book. But it's just that sort of story where it makes you giggle and you smile at the characters and the things that are happening and all the rest of it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm going to so miss it when I'm finished it, and I'm getting close to the end now. So don't you hate it when you get a over-dyed and you don't get it at the right spot, and then they're like different colours? Oh well, you get that on some of the bigger jobs. Yeah, I've looked at my notes from last year and I've changed a few things out. I wonder if I did I don't know, frame around the world. I changed that, so I changed that. And I changed gold leaf to heirloom gold on that, which I'm happy with that. But I'm probably going to change that. I'm going to do some of the other ones in the gold leaf because I've got some of that going. And I've put in here, I've put some sparkle threads in there as well. That are Cosmo sparkle threads. So I don't know if you can see that. Like I've just gone over the top, just to give it a little bit of sparkle, and I'm using a opalescent sky blue, I think it was called, from Sew It All Australia is the fabric, and it's on 28 count. And Santa's face looks a little bit dark, so I'm doing it for the called for colours instead of, I changed the angel one as well. Changed the angel's face to 739. And I changed that from black to Fathom in Weeks Dye Works, because that was black and it was too stark on this fabric, so I changed it to that, which toned it down a little bit. And this one here I'm using an over dyed, which I haven't written down what it is, so it must be the called for colour, so just bear with me for a moment. This is the problem when you haven't worked on something for a while and you don't have your threads in there. Alright, that is, that's supposed to be 310, but I've changed it to an over dye, so it looks like and I'm using what am I using? What is it? Let me just see. Put the tab somewhere. I am using, I don't know, because, oh, there it is. I've lost it. Coal I'm using. Okay, so yeah, it's like a blackish, brownish, greyish sort of colours throughout it. So, yeah, that's gunmetal. So yeah, coal I'm using. So, yeah. But you know what it's like, from one thing to the other, it can have some slight variations, but I'm sure it will work out in the end. So yeah, the book, yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed the book, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I don't know what the next one is. Normally I have them lined up, but I haven't got it lined up. What else am I going to be reading this week? I'm reading Love Story at the moment. I haven't finished that. That's because for bingo, so I had to read a book that was published in the year I was born, so 1970 is the book, and I chose Love Story. So I'll talk about that as soon as I'm finished it. I don't know how much I've got to go. That I've only just really sort of just started it because I've been busy prepping for this week and all the rest of it. I think I'm only about 3 chapters in from halfway through chapter 3. So yeah, that'll be the next one that I talk about, because I'll try and get that done in the next day or so. So probably Saturday I will talk about that. And what else have I got on the list? Oh, I have the second part to the 6 Crows series. Now that is only 2 books in that series. I went and checked. There possibly could be a third, but not for a long time apparently. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. Got to go up one. Can't count already. Jeez, not off to a good start, am I? I just thought all the threads were in here. I seriously did. I don't know why. I must have taken them out to do other Christmas stitching, because I at one stage there I was doing a lot of little ornaments and everything, so I must have taken them out and I finished them and used all the threads. So, but I am absolutely certain that I will end up with the threads in time, because I'm only doing relatively short videos. I'm not doing an hour or anything like that. So, but I'd at least like to get part of this reindeer done before I switch off today. Alright, so if you're just joining us, I am actually stitching on this up until the 24th, okay, and then I was going to put it away and not work on it again until next year, but I've decided that I'm going to add this into my whips so I can start maybe some ornaments and stuff, because I've got some Shannon Christine ornaments last Christmas and I'd like to do them, and I think I've only done Holly Jolly or Jolly Holly, I'm not too sure what it was, but yeah, I've only done the first one, which I haven't even finished. I started it and then I had to get some threads for it, and I just put it away and haven't done it, so I'm ordering those threads so I've got them throughout the year. But yeah, I decided that I'm going to put this into my whip list for the next year for Work My Whips, so hopefully I'll have it done. I've also still got Halloween Quaker, which I didn't even get to touch during the month of October, because it didn't go to plan, people. It didn't go to plan. So that's also in my whips, and I don't really have a lot left on that, so that should get finished next year, thankfully. And it's mostly just my big stuff that I've got. I don't have a lot of small stuff left. I've done most of that this year. I do have to go through and have a look, and I got rid of some stuff as well. It just wasn't doing it for me anymore, so I got rid of some stuff. So wow, that my whole house just shook then. That helicopter that just went across, that is the care flight, so it's come in from out west, so I'm hoping that someone's not seriously ill. Yeah, the care flights come in, so what they'll do, they come here, they assess them, they'll either stay here or they'll move on to Toowoomba, but yeah, that was pretty low. That shook the whole house. Alrighty, so we are getting somewhere now. The stitching is happening. A lot of water around at the moment, so hopefully no one's been seriously hurt. I know that New South Wales has got their fair share of flooding as well. We've had our fair share up here as well. A few roads are cut still, and a few roads have washed away and whatnot, so yeah, not good, but we do need the rain. Still very overcast here today, still threatening with rain again. Our backyard is just absolutely sodden. You just walk out and it's just squelching. Part of our driveway is washed away. All the rocks are out the front, so we'll have to scoop them all up and bring them back in again. But it's so good to have the rain. We do really need it. Alright. Feel like I'm getting somewhere now. Although the colour is not really matching up very well. But anyway. I might just have to pull the back end of the reindeer out and match it up. Like it's got the same colours, but it's not really, I don't know. We'll see how we go. I'll make a judgment call when I get to the end of the reindeer, because it is very different. It's the same colour, but it's just this bit here where I've ended, I haven't started with that colour, so it's just sort of, it looks like a really dramatic change. But you know, if that's the case, I've just got to pull out a few stitches there. I'll pull them out and I'll be able to put this in and match it up a bit better, and then it'll look a little bit even. I mean, overall, am I going to notice it once it's done? Probably not, but you never know. Might just bug me enough. So from what I can gather, I have changed. So this is a cypress colour here, but it also looks like it's this colour as well, but there's more green in this one. This is blue spruce by Weeks Dye Work, so that's definitely not one of the colours. I may have just put it in here in with the Christmas stuff that I have. So this one here was supposed to be Cucumber by Gentle Arts, and I've changed it to Cypress. So I've got some of that coming, and that's also down in this one as well. And I know that I've run out of the red, so I knew I had to order, I did know that I had to order that, but I thought I'd already ordered it and I hadn't. So I've got some of that coming, and this is called Blue Spruce as well, but that's a Gentle Art, so that's a little bit darker. As I said, I changed this to Fathom, and I changed the face, and I changed this colour here, because this colour, it just was too, it looked too light, so that's why I changed it. It was just getting washed out in there, and I've still got some of this was it heirloom gold left, so I will probably continue on with that. I've got some, excuse me, I've got some more coming as well. All right, this is where it gets tricky. I started to go up one, and if I don't pay attention, I will end up making a mistake, won't I? Right, so we've got to go up one. So is everybody starting to get ready for the silly season? I know the girls went shopping the other day with their dad, yeah, I got some work done while they went. So they apparently were doing some candle shopping and some Christmas shopping and stuff like that, so they went over to Toowoomba and did that, and I stayed home. That was on the weekend, so I didn't see anything that they purchased, so I'm assuming they were Christmas presents, because they generally don't share any of that. Unfortunately, we don't have Mia this year for Christmas, so it's going to be a relatively quiet Christmas here. So I'm planning on just sitting down, and while they're all sleeping and doing their thing, I'm guessing that presents won't be opened until later in the day. I believe Brennan's going to go over and play in the workshop, or he may. Last year he didn't. He stayed at home and just cruised at home and relaxed. But with the wet weather, and it's supposed to be lasting until then, he's not doing much work. And so, alright, yeah, this is where it gets tricky, because we're in the moon now. Alright. Yeah, so I don't know what he's going to get up to. I am planning on just doing some stitching all day, and watching some Christmas movies. I like to, of course, Die Hard will be one of them. Might even go the Lethal Weapon as well, because they're a Christmas movie too. And yeah, I might watch a few action movies and just have some popcorn and relax, because I'm guessing I'm not going to see my family until lunchtime. They're all sleepers. I'm not. I get up early. Nerily used to be an early riser. She doesn't get up as early anymore on that, but that's what teenagers do. I dare say she'll go back to being an early riser when she starts work. But Brendan and Savannah, I swear, they could just sleep their life away. And I think what I find so annoying about it is they can wake up and go back to sleep. And once I'm awake, I can't go back to sleep. Who else is like that? Leave me a comment down below. Can you go back to sleep after you've woken up? I know I can't. Drives me crazy. And I can be so tired and have not slept well or anything like that the night before. Still, no. Can't get back to sleep. Drives me crazy. Right, I'm just going to mark this off. Alright, what I might do is I'll just do the bottom part and then I'll, because that's where I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up there. Alright, I'm going to go up. Wish me luck, because when I'm talking I usually make mistakes. I have to count. So what else have I got planned for the rest of today? Some more sewing of bags. Oh, I've got to do a Christmas tree skirt for a customer, so that's getting loaded up into the long arm machine. I'll get that done for her so she can pick that up. Hopefully I'll have it done today and she can pick it up tomorrow, because she comes into town twice a week, so we've got to sort of coordinate with one another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, hopefully I won't get any interruptions today and I can get that done for her. I've got some more bags to make. I've got them prepped. I've just got to sew the zips and then I can assess those and get them out the door. And 6. Right. Looks like a giraffe. Such a long neck. I haven't counted wrong. Alright, I'm going to go back down. It looks like a giraffe. My goodness. It'll work out in a minute because the back end of it comes down a little bit further, but at the moment, or maybe it's a llama. Alright, well, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go down to the bottom and then we're going to call it a day. Don't forget to tune in again on the week, well, tune in again tomorrow for my Flosstube, and then again on Saturday and Sunday for another stitch with. Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday we have a stitch with me, so we'll get a fair chunk of this done. Hopefully I will have all my floss by then. We haven't had mail yet, so it's still early, and I did order them on the weekend, so, and they are coming up from Tasmania, so they do have a little ways to come, but I've still got a lot of this to do yet before I move on to those colours, so that's all good. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up down below, leave a comment, tell me what you were working on. As you can see, the tip jar is rolling across the screen right now. I would love it if you could leave me a tip, because all of that goes back into the channel for giveaways and building the channel. As I said, I will see you again tomorrow for my Flosstube. So thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you get lots of stitching in, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.